Okay, I want to go to bat again for Pam Smart. I am not convinced of her innocence. Okay, maybe she was involved in the killing of her husband, in the murder of her husband, Greg Smart. I don't know. But what I do know is that a 16-year-old girl, Cecilia Pierce, knew that the murder was going to take place, looked for a gun to be used on a man who had never wronged her in any way, and got off scot-free. The four brutes who actively are involved in this murder have all been free for about a decade. And Pam Smart has been sentenced to die in prison. She has been sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. Now, I can also think of some other cases, okay? Amy Grossberg and Scott Peterson. When Amy Grossberg gave birth to her child, Brian Peterson. That wasn't Scott Peterson's not the case, but his name was Brian Peterson, and he smashed the head of the newborn baby boy. Okay, he served 2 years in prison. She served 2.5 years in prison. Melissa Drexler, the prom mom, who gave birth to a baby, strangled the baby and put it in the trash, and then went out to dance at her senior prom. Spent less than 4 years in prison. She is out now, married and a mother of 2 children. Okay. Gertrude Banaszewski, who tortured a teenage girl on a daily basis for about 2 months, and who burned her and beat her and forced the child, the 16-year-old kid, to put a Coke bottle up herself twice while people looked and laughed. Other kids looked and laughed. Was paroled from prison after 20 years. Okay? Pam Smart is simply being overpunished. And in addition, I really think you have to reserve life without the possibility of parole for a case in which the person is beyond hope. This person cannot possibly live back in the community without committing further crimes. I don't believe this applies to Pam Smart, who has been in prison for well over 30 years. And she is in her 50s, and I don't believe that she presents any danger to the public. Okay? And yet, they won't even give her a commutation hearing. She gets turned down by the executive council on a routine basis. And they seem to have a great deal of bias against her, because a lot of people who have lived with her on a day-to-day basis in prison have written on her behalf that she is completely rehabilitated. Okay? It really is time to let that thing go. I hope you like hearing it. Bye.